Yo, it's HeyBroken, and today I'm going to be talking about how to improve your overall skill level in Tekken 8 Season 3. So, we will be talking about the art of fuzzy guarding. If you watch the highest level of play, you will notice that the players are constantly moving around so quickly. They are trying to guard so many options at the same exact time. Now, you need to understand when you should be fuzzy guarding and not just doing it randomly and thinking that you're acting as if you're a pro player. That is not it. When they move around, when they fuzzy guard, they are looking for something specifically, or they're trying to cover multiple options at the same time. So fuzzy guarding, you need to be able to move around. Like you see low high, he's dash blocking. You have to understand all these movements, all the intricacies of the Tekken 3D space. It is all with intention, and you need to develop this into your own gameplay and understand why they are doing these movements. It takes so much time to be able to get this level of movement. Even learning to Korean backdash, that takes so much time. It takes so much repetition, and you need to develop that in your gameplay. Now, the fuzzy guarding, you also need to develop the confidence to dash in your opponent's face and then block. Why are you doing that? Because you're trying to switch your timing on your moves. You want to switch your timing on your guards and add that more mental stack on your opponent. Fuzzy guarding is extremely important because it changes the dynamic of the gameplay so quickly, and it immediately makes your opponent start to think a little bit more whenever he just starts to throw out whatever moves that he starts to throw out. So the first thing will be learning to fuzzy guard, learning to have more depth in your movement without even attacking. This is more of a defensive tool to then set up your offensive tools. So the first thing again is fuzzy guarding. That is an extremely important dynamic of your gameplay that you need to develop. So the second thing, now this is something that I have perfected: the art of being delusional. Now, this comes into play after you have already learned the basics, you have already learned the frames, you have already learned as much as you can about the game, mid-high strings, the frames on 13,000 moves. You need to have the confidence that whoever you are playing against, no matter what character you are going against, that you have the confidence that you are 100% better than them. And you also have the opportunity to not just rob, but to win with skill on whoever you are playing against. Whoever you rob, whoever you upset to win the set, you will automatically will be discredited and say they lost to 50s. Now, when I lose to a random player, I am also going to say that I got robbed. Or if I lose to a random king player who is just playing extremely random and is playing on Pac-Man stage, I am going to say that I got robbed. But because of the delusion that the king player had, that they could actually beat me and start playing as random as possible, that allowed them to win 2 games on me. Not just 1, but 2. And by the way, I think rank should be first to 3. I also think that tournament should be first to 3, but it is first to 2. So these things happen way more often, and it cannot happen without the delusion coming from the player that they could actually beat whoever is sitting on the other side of them, on the other side of the screen. Again, being delusional, especially in Tekken 8, helps so much with developing your overall skill level in the game, because if you have the delusional confidence, you can truly beat anybody. and I mean anybody. You could just so happen to have the greatest defensive showing of your life in that specific set. Even if you're going against Arslan Ash, the 8-time Evo champ, he could have an off game where he's just guessing wrong on every single interaction, and you are just guessing right on every single defensive interaction, where you just have the set of your life. It could happen, but you have to be delusional that the set that you are currently playing, that will happen in. And if you're not delusional about it, it's not going to happen. If you lose at the loading screen, you've already lost. You have to be delusional. The next thing will be letting go of the idea that Tekken is all about 50-50s, guessing right, guessing wrong. We have, again, the 8-time Evo champ. He guesses right all the time, I guess. But no. There is so much more to it. Like I said, the fuzzy guarding, the spacing, the optimization, the confidence, everything that goes into Tekken. He is so consistent at it. And does Arslan Ash guess wrong? Yes, go look at his rank sets. He loses all the time. But when it comes to tournaments, he just so happens to guess right all the time. No, it is the consistency, the confidence, the understanding of Tekken, and just being so consistent. It is all about consistency. It is all about putting all of the information that I put in my videos into one and being extremely consistent at it. So for there to be an 8-time Evo champ, you have to understand that there is so much more to Tekken than just guessing right and guessing wrong. Especially now, the game is the best it has ever been. It is way better than Season 1, extremely better than Season 2, and it just is so much fun right now. The rank system, you can play so many characters, you can get better with so many characters, and with that you can become a better player because you are getting better with the overall knowledge of the game, because the rank system is not baby mode where everyone can get God of Destruction in Season 1 and no matter your skill level, everyone is stuck at the same rank. So it is extremely rewarding to get good with not just one character, but 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 characters. Okay, so that is extremely important that you let go of these ideas. The next thing will be not mashing when you feel uncomfortable. If you do not know something, do not mash. You can do a 1-2 if you think that something's punishable, obviously, but whenever you are getting cornered at a wall with your back towards the wall, do not mash in a panic way, because that is what your opponent most likely wants. He wants you to mash out of frame. He wants you to get uncomfortable. That is literally the whole game plan of Xiao Yu. They want you to get uncomfortable. They want you to mash out of frame, out of turn, and they will make you pay for it. So if you do not know something, if you're in an uncomfortable situation, you have to understand that my advice in the how to play against aggressive players video comes into play at this very moment. Do not get flustered. Do not panic. Understand that you have to get a timing, get a power crush, get a heat burst, and then take your turn back. Maybe you down jab, but do not just mash. Just throw out a 15 frame move. Unless you're trying to get a timing for a hop kick. Do not just start mashing random buttons. Come up with a game plan, come up with a real retaliation, and then apply your strategy. It may not work, but at least you didn't panic and start mashing anything to get out of the situation just because you are a little uncomfortable. So that is my advice for this video. I will continue to make these kinds of videos in the future. I thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.